swap in his base. He got that one Raven out, and now I think he's going to start pumping Vikings.
He's got this factory just floating there, and I don't approve of that. I mean, do something with it, you know? Like, go scout with it, or...
Yeah.
But it's just sitting there, and I don't like that at all.
So sometimes you really don't want, like, even in this kind of situation, he could still add on some mech. Maybe he doesn't need the factory right now. It's just not part of his build. But revealing that you're definitively not going, I keep saying definitively, but yeah, it's definitively you're not going mech when you send a factory, unless you're trying to mess with them. I'd say that's a build for a couple years in the future when it's just an insane ploy to dupe some like ridiculously good player.
Now, speaking of revealing, when Liquid Jinro's army pushed down to the south, Whiterun had not yet revealed his Colossus, but Liquid Jinro attacked Whiterun's third with a few Marauders, and
I think we're going to see the same build from him again. Like, he's getting a lot of barracks and a lot of Viking, or he's just started double Viking production. So yeah, we'll probably end up seeing this really strong.
Whiterun did just reveal his Colossus though in defending that third, so Liquid Jinro definitely knows that this bio ball, he's got to do something different than the first game.
Just a quick sync up. Whereabouts are you in the replay? I'm at 14:20 right now.
Yep, same deal.
Okay.
So
I missed that part.
Yep. No, we got Liquid Jinro's army pushing out, taking out the pylon that was the spawn of those DTs.
A little bit of an overstim here to kill this one DT, and he scanned too. He really wants it to die.
Scanned again.
There we go.
Also, there was another DT when we were doing the sync up that went down to the bio ball as well.
But even then, he's just cautiously, throwing DTs out here and there, and they're throwing Jinro off. Like, Whiterun's got his third; it's up and going. He just needs to saturate that gas, whereas Jinro's is a little bit behind.
4 Marauders pushing down at the top. I don't know what they plan to do. There is a pylon in the north from Whiterun, also, which is nice. I like that because it just gives them options.
I think they're just there to clear the tower. Yeah, he's leaving one and going back.
And Jinro's army now pushing down to the south mid, and the Observer sees the whole thing. However, the Raven's there, and it's going to snipe the Observer, so Whiterun just loses Observer to Liquid Jinro's army, and right now this is anyone's game, I'd say.
I really like what Whiterun's doing. Is he getting charged again? Yeah, it's going to finish up around the same timing window. Here he's got this big Marine Marauder Viking ball, and Whiterun is just doing the same thing. He's getting a lot of charge lots. He's got Colossi. He's got Stalkers. He's got a good combination to deal with this army, so long as he positions himself properly.
One major difference from last game. Last game, Whiterun had the big beastly 2-2 upgrades. Now he's 1-1, and his
2-2's just starting.
His opponent is also 1-1. So Liquid Jinro is not as far behind in the upgrades as he was in the first game. However, he really needs to make his decisions better as to when to engage.
And one of your biggest fears, like that Marauder drop with Stim, and he didn't lose a single one, took out a pylon or two, and got the robotics facility. That was a nice little drop there by Jinro.
Yeah, definitely. There was a robotics facility right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry I missed it, but Liquid Jinro did come down with that medevac, and he's back. He's sniping that DT shrine up at the north. He's gonna get that again, and Whiterun is out of position to do anything about it. His army is down at his third. And we're going to get a pylon and also the Twilight Council. And he can see through the smoke because of that medevac, and he's going to get away safely again.
Yep. I would have liked to see Whiterun actually use some DTs to defend that, because at very worst, you're wasting some of the Terran's scans. And on the off chance that he doesn't have a scan, then that's going to, just making it cost an extra scan for you to do a drop like that sometimes makes it not worth it. So, yeah, I'd really like to see play like that.
At the very least, Liquid Jinro will pick up his units and take off, and then prevent his building from being lost. So yeah, very true. And the upgrades are going to finish for Whiterun. We're seeing Shields 2 finishing for Jinro as well.
Weapons 3 on its way. He's getting Air Weapons 1 as well.
And I think that'll really really, really make a difference between game 1 and game 2.
Mhm. I still like White Raw's army composition in opposed to what Jinro's doing. Like what I had said before is, yeah, I'm really not a too big a fan of this style. Um, is he getting Ghost this time? No, no. I think that's the big difference on Jinro's side. He can afford these upgrades because he's not getting Ghosts.
Well, he's got a ton of minerals and resources anyway, you know.
True.
He's sitting on 1,000 in the bank, 600 gas. Not even White Rose spending his money very well. But
yeah, but White Rose already maxed. Yeah.
Yeah. And here he goes pushing White Rose 4th.
It was good to split him up like that. He's gonna get this 4th no problem. And if he just backs out immediately after,
let's hope he makes that decision though, because yeah, I think if he engages White right here, he could be in some trouble.
Yeah, in fact, his avenue of escape is already cut off.
Yeah, he's split up. Although the Vikings are, they're right under the over top of the Stalkers. He's gonna lose all his Vikings again.
Still getting a lot of hits on the infantry. Like very, very good zealot placement for White Raw.
Yeah, and Jinro split up his army in such a bad way, and he's gonna lose these medevacs, and they had units in them. And
he's still got a little force in the back here. He's might be able to pick off this 3rd, but I think if
he did manage to take the gold.
Yeah, if White Raw can just counterattack here, I think he's got it, and I think White Raw knows that timing too, right? He sees a clear opportunity for victory, and I think he's going to take it.
You know what? Really, I just saw Liquid Jinro try to pick up that command center to save it. I think he should have left it there and stalled.
Just to block.
Just to stall.
And block the zealots so that they stream in more.
Yeah, and he really needs to get this PF up. And if he gets his PF up, but he's not repairing it because of the force fields, and it's going to go down. Liquid Jinro's SCVs are just sitting there. And I think that's going to be GG for Jinro.
See that zealot army is just pushing the infantry back and back and back. And they're only now just in a bad concave and starting to get cleaned up. But yeah, that bought the rest of the army the time to just bulldoze that expansion down. And like, what's Jinro's options from here, right?
Like he's gonna lose his production even if he can save a base. And there's the GG from Jinro. So
yeah.
this series does go to White Raw in a 2-0. So he is the first player to receive a 2-0 win in any series. None of the players before him have received a 2-0. So that is a big thing for Duckload Raw, and it will put some fear into his future opponents, which is a great advantage.
I'd like to make a note. If you're a Protoss player and you are having a lot of trouble with this Marine Marauder Viking Medvac mass upgrade Ghost build that a lot of Terrans are throwing out on the ladder these days, White Raw, these games specifically are an excellent example of how you can exploit the lack of tech Terran has.
Wonderful learning tool. And like I said, DreamHack releases their replay packs for free. That's how I got this. And so there's no reason why you can't get your hands on it. I will try to put a link. I actually got mine from a Twitter account. So I'll try to put a link to that so you guys can get your hands on it. But yeah, definitely a great learning tool because you can open up the menus yourself, watch the build orders, watch the resources, everything. It's better than a cast for learning any day.
I'd highly recommend getting this complete pack, and just going through these replays are all worth it. It's, better than playing 50 games on the ladder. You will learn a lot more by watching these guys.
And definitely take into account as to why. So watching the cast definitely helps you figure out why things are happening. So do both. Watch our cast. So come back for the next series. This is not over. This is DreamHack, ladies and gentlemen. I'm SSN Incarnum, and you're watching StarCraft Inc. Smash Cab?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay. See ya.